Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life and welcome to the Secret Not Secret Kit Club sketch of the month, and it's created by Miranda Weber this month. So this is the sketch during the scrap party that we do every month, and I am going to go ahead and I flipped it, as you can see there, because I've got this gorgeous cut file that is from the Creative Cuts Club from Christina. And I really wanted to use those mountains. If you had seen my layout earlier today, I had used the trees. So now it's time to use the mountains. I'm still documenting this little mini vacation that we went on in August. I think it was in August. And so I wanted to get all of that used up. And I've staggered my photos like you can see in them. The only thing I don't really do with the sketch is use the block, square block there. I didn't want it to cut off the blues that I had going on. I really liked how the gradient of the blue looked. And of course, my kids are standing in the water. Well, two of my kids are standing in the water with Sean. And I loved that. So I'm going to go ahead and work with the blues there. And then where you can see that little flourish in the corner, I decided to just use a little corner piece. So that kind of represented the whole sketch right there. I could call it done. But of course, you got to do more than just that. So I am looking at this alpha. I struggle with these alphas. I know I can't make them all match. Like I know that's not going to happen. Though you see, I'm trying. So I do end up mixing them up, and I'm okay with it. I'm good with how it looks. This happens to work okay, but I do struggle with them. So I'm trying to figure out which colors I want to use, and I'm trying to spell the word Lakeside. And my whole title is going to say Lakeside with Daddy, because that's what's happening. And every single layout that I'm doing within this series is a little bit different. So they all have titles and they'll all have journaling and everything. And I still haven't quite decided if this is going to go in its own little album or if it's going to go in our family album just in one little area. So I haven't quite decided. So I am trying to create them like they're each their own separate layout. And if they went in one place, you'd be able to understand what's happening, which is why they all have titles and stuff like that. So I've got that all figured out, I think, and I'm going to I put the one with a frame, you can see that there. I'm going to back this other photo that I'm going to pop up with a little bit of fun foam so it's off of the other photo. And I used a little bit of tissue paper just to really help kind of have them stand out from each other. You can see the differences in them because everything has this kind of blue hue and tone to it, which is what I'm trying to give off, but you also need to have some separation. So I go ahead and do that as well. I have these two little frames that had words on them. I'm just using them kind of as tabs there. And now I'm going to go ahead and figure out what I want to do. There's two strips you can see and then the cut file. And I used the cut file. You see, I used it above it, but I want to add in that third strip somehow. And I'm not really sure what I want to do. So I decided to just do half of it and turn it into a banner. So it's there. There's a nod to it from the sketch, but it's not too crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I started with this pattern paper and I like it. However, as I'm going through it, it's starting to bug me. Like there's so much going on. There's so many different colors and I'm not really sure. So I'm going to leave it for now. And you can see I'm using the glue I hate, but for things like paper, for this paper on paper, I feel like it works. And I don't want to waste the glue that I bought, even though I bought new stuff. Okay, I can get through it. But I hate that glue. And then as I was doing that, I was looking at these words. Now I try with every single layout to get something from all of the packages that have came within this collection. And I received this gorgeous collection from Scrapbook Your Joy as a guest designer for that shop. It's a Canadian company. It's a Canadian shop. And so I have been loving using it, and I just felt like it was going to work perfectly with the sketch. So it's all there. So now it says Adventure Lakeside with Daddy. And I like that too. And I like how it's like a stepping stone of the title. I think that just worked well. You can tell I placed it in a bit of a different area than you can see in the sketch, but flipping it and where I put my photos, I feel like if you had flipped the photos with the sketch, it would be in the same spot. So I'm happy with that. I thought maybe I could add 3 hearts to represent the 3 of them. I did not like how that looked, and now I'm stuck. I'm like, it's needing something. It's basically done, but it needs something, and I don't know what that something is. And so now I'm going to struggle for a little bit because I don't know what it is that it needs. And I have to walk away. Okay, and while you watch me kind of figure out what I want to do here, let me talk a little bit more about the photos. So when we first got to Harrison, we went in the water and Nora wasn't even changed yet, and she didn't care. She just went right in. And so boys obviously could take their shirt off, so it wasn't a big deal. We got in there pretty early in the morning. It was only like 9 or 10, like it was pretty early. But they wanted to hang out. So we just put our feet in and all of that. Of course, I think Nora fell in. So it was funny. She wanted to be at the beach. She loves to build sandcastles and play in the sand. So she was having fun with that. And then once she fell in the water, and the water was cold. It's cold water, but they were having lots of fun. So they're just adorable. And then Baird's walking out a little bit in the water with Sean, and I love that. I thought that was really cool. And then of course this view, it's this 360 mountain view. It's just gorgeous. And so no matter where you take a photo, it's beautiful. So that's what you can see in the background, is all those gorgeous mountains. And of course we're living, Lower Mainland, like, and all of that. So it's the Cascade. I think we're in the Cascade mountain range. So there's tons of evergreens and all of that. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So that's what all of that is. And that's why there's the mountain cut file there. So what I end up deciding to do to fix what was bugging me is I'm going to add these 2 florals. Now, florals with a layout about Sean, not normally something I do, but the roundness with the leaves and stuff, it worked. So that's what I went with, and I'm going to round it up with a few butterflies to make it, just a little bit even more girly. And that's going to do it for this one. So make sure you guys, Secret Not Secret Kid Club, that's where you get this. It's one sketch every month for the scrap party created by someone different. It's tons of fun. You definitely want to be a part of that. You can always reach out to Christina if you're not, and get started with your own kit from her. It's completely up to you. It's customized to whatever works for you. So make sure you check that all out, and I will be back with you guys tomorrow. Here's a look at my finished layout. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.